Hoover. Making free bands in the future. Pockets on the look super. Bills on me blue slot Cooper. Money on my mind just like a tumor. Spread my money out and then I call it a rumor.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they'll run it here. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And on the ground they go with a running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
A second down throw for Winston. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. DeAndre Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Carolina getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Following the penalty, Anderson. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside. The 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They get it to him running left. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. On 1st, here's Washington. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer 1st.
Let's go, go now.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play.
And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Come on now.
Now it's the backup, Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. A shotgun snap for Newton. And incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Newton. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. And they'll go on the ground. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Winston now to throw on first down. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Green, trouble C. Green, trouble C.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Jameis now on first down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Dontari Poe. Able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Able to shake. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Throwing, Winston. Being chased out left. And the pressure gets to him again.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And this one is no good. He missed it. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And
looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone! Back there,
They'll look to throw. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They're going to look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team. It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Leopard!
Looking to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All right, here we go. Green!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Funches. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side.
Missed.
This will not go down. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Newton to Olsen there for a Carolina first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Newton now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Now Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now it's Newton, eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Here's Newton. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Come on now.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing is Newton. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. Here's Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Well, following the interception, here's Newton. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here. Hey, let's go, let's go.
On second down, Washington. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's third and short. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Right back to Washington. It's a gain of 4, and it gets them the first.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the give, this is Washington. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They pitch to Washington. Breaks through the contact. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
He's back to throw. Funches has it complete. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. Newton finding Funches for the Panther 1st down. They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he comes back with one complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Newton now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Always got some breathing room. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Buccaneers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take